Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Camara Yvonne, and today I'm doing a video that I have not done in a really long time. If you guys were able to guess it, it's a rant video. So today's rant video is going to be about how tired I am of all these fake YouTubers, and I just cannot do it anymore. So I picked up the camera and I decided to talk to you all about it. Let's get started. Number one, I feel like YouTube has definitely turned into money games. And what I mean by money games is who can make the most money. It's not about great content anymore I'm not going to say for everybody, but for some people, it's not about putting out great content anymore. It's about who can put out the content the fastest, who can put out the best prank, who can put out the best challenge, who can come up with the newest trend, get the most views, and go out and buy a new Beamer. Like, that's all I really feel like I'm seeing from YouTube now, and I don't really like the stigma that's starting to be associated with YouTube. A lot of people have the mindset that, you know, I've been seeing this floating around. I don't know if you guys have too, but let me go out here and get me a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Let's start some channel. Let's be Chris and Queen. Let's be Damo and Christy. We're going to blow up. We're going to move to Texas. We're going to have a big mansion. We're going to be rich. We're going to be set for life. No. That's not the way YouTube works. Sadly, I'm sorry. When you are a YouTuber and you're putting out content, you're not gonna blow up like Chris and Queen. Everybody cannot be a Chris and Queen. You know, pranking your parents every day saying you're pregnant is not gonna get you up there to be a Chris and Queen. I feel like I really just missed the side of YouTube where everybody was genuine. You know, putting sponsored videos to the side where everybody just put out content because they enjoyed it. They really put time and effort into their content, because I feel like a lot of these couple channels now, they're really making people feel like if they just pick up a camera and barely try, that they can be billionaires. Because I'ma just say this, YouTube is not a forever thing. So you seeing these couples out here buying Beamers and renting houses, I put emphasis on renting houses. Do not be fooled. Do not be fooled. Because instead of these people growing their brand like they should be doing with this money, they're just flaunting it around. And when people see that, they're like, oh, I can do it too. No, YouTube is one of those things where you use it to build upon itself. If you're a singer, you would use YouTube to build yourself up there, to start your own record label or become a successful singer. You're not just gonna stay complacent. You're not gonna settle for the pranks. If you really have a bigger goal in mind, you're not gonna just be doing pranks for the rest of your life. Because YouTube is not going to be here forever. Like I said, YouTube is not going to pay the bills for forever. But I feel like some people definitely realize that. And when the YouTube facade is gone, those Beamers will be gone. Those rented houses will be gone. They will be back at the pizza place selling pizzas to you because they did not manage their money wisely. And I feel like that really, really irritates me, because there are so many young children who look up to these big and famous YouTubers, and all they see them do is go out and buy Gucci and MCM and this and that, and barely work for anything that they have. So what's that do? It puts that mindset in those children's head that they can go out and do the same thing. But no, baby, you need to work for what you have, because it's not gonna come that simple for everybody, and people don't realize it. They just don't realize it. Really feel for the smaller channels like myself that tries to put out great quality content every day, or however many amount of days that you're putting out content, and you're basically competing with these bigger channels who are recording a prank on their iPhone, barely editing it, posting it, getting 500,000 views, and you're spending hours and hours to film behind a camera. You're taking that, you're going to add in background music, you're going editing a thumbnail, and what do you get? Like 200 views. I just feel like it's not fair, and I feel so bad for smaller channels, because it's like you're stuck at the bottom of the totem pole and you're doing the most work, and the people at the top who have not earned their time at the top are doing nothing. Like they're barely doing anything. They're not putting out quality content. Now, one of the couple channels that I do love is De'Ara and Ken. For example, they started on Twitter, Instagram. I'm not sure exactly where they started. They started from there, moved up to YouTube. They didn't stop at YouTube. They were just in the movie theaters. You don't see any of these other couples out here doing what they're doing. That was a smart business move for them. It's all about building your brand. Yeah, you have money right now, but if you're not investing it correctly, you're not going to continue to have that money now, are you, sir? No, I don't think you will. And there are some other YouTubers that I really love on the natural hair side. Natural85. She's been on YouTube forever, and she earned her place. Mahogany Curls, forever. She earned her place. It's not fair when people jump all the way to the top from doing nothing. That's like cheating on a test and you get an A, but the person who studied gets a D. It's like you put in all the work and you barely get anything out of it, and it's very, very disappointing. And like I mentioned in another one of my videos, YouTube has really been cracking down and flagging so many videos and calling them quote unquote inappropriate. When there are people out here shaking their booty on Instagram, doing I'm pregnant pranks, doing I slept with you, doing it's your best friend's cousin, father, baby daddy, that's his son. Is that really appropriate for children? But when I post a natural hair tutorial, it gets flagged. I'm sure this video gonna get flagged too. And you know, it's okay with me at this point because I feel like many people are starting to come to the realization that these channels are a joke. They're a joke. They really are. All these scams, like all these breaking up and making up pranks, like come on now, we live in the same house. How you gonna prank me 5 times in one day and I haven't even taken a shower yet and I still continue to fall for it? But y'all say it ain't a fake prank, okay? How many times you gonna do the breakup prank and still believe it? How many times can you fake break up with somebody and you still believe it? How many times you gonna fake like you pregnant and still believe it? And you know you're on birth control? I mean, how many times can that realistically work? It doesn't. People, they're lying. They're lying. How many hot chicken wing challenges can you do? I mean, like, honestly, it just gets to a point where it's like, when will people stop supporting these channels? When it comes to couple channels, I support very few because I just feel like they're not real. Nothing about it is real. I'd rather watch a vlog of somebody's life before I go and watch a I'm pregnant prank. Like, girl, we know you ain't pregnant for the 3rd time this month. Like, come on now, you know you're not pregnant. The other thing is these clickbaiting titles. That really, I'm sure some of y'all got some pictures in my head of who I'm talking about because it's just becoming more and more evident that these young YouTubers, 19, 20, no more than 25, are so money hungry. And you look at where they put their money and it's like, wow, this is what you've been pressed for? So you could buy 3-4 trucks and you don't go nowhere during the day? This is what you were so pressed for? To rent a house? Really? Really? Like, really? Like, they'll have a title that says something like, what's something? I'm trying to think of something stupid that I always see on YouTube videos. It'll be something like, let me think. It'll be something like, I'm moving out, or like, she left me with a broken heart in the thumbnail, and in parentheses you'll see very emotional, or like cringy, or what's something else they put in there, will make you cry, or they cry, or she cries. You click on the video and she left to go to the grocery store. She ain't going nowhere. She left and went to the grocery store. Or I saw the other day, we're putting him up for adoption. Got your son in the thumbnail and you putting your dog up for adoption. But you wanted people to think you're putting your son up for adoption. Come on now, like, it's just becoming a joke now. And to be honest, if I watch these joke channels, it's to read the comments because the comments be having me rolling, like they really do. And I really feel like so many viewers on YouTube do not understand how much money that these channels are making from doing nothing. So many of these couples are making $500,000 a month off of doing I'm pregnant pranks and crappy vlogs every day of the month on an iPhone 5. How? I just want to know how. And I'm just like, come on now, like, I just can't. And I want to give a big kudos to those channels that be exposing the mess out of these couples, because like Choice TV, he be calling them out. He be calling them out. And I haven't done a rant video in a while if you guys have been following me, but I decided to do this one specifically because I've noticed even more. There's been more clickbaiting, more lying, more pranks. There's just been an abundance of the fakeness. And here I go with my 11,000 subscribers trying to put out the best content that I can. And people are out here basically taking a joke of a platform that can do so much for them and their family. And they're really, really abusing the platform and messing it up for everybody, because my videos get demonetized, meaning I cannot get paid because someone had to make YouTube go to a point where they need to review every single video to say this is okay for a 5-year-old to watch. It should never, ever, ever have to get to that point. It shouldn't. It really shouldn't. And I really, really, really fear for this next generation who feels like they can all be Chris and Queen, or D&B Nation, or Dama and Chrissy, or Dear and Ken. Like, it's really 5-year-olds that are looking up, like aspiring to be these couples. And there are a lot of people, because there are a lot of popular YouTubers who have dropped out of school or did not complete school because they decided to do YouTube full time. I'm not knocking that. If you are making enough to do that and you can have enough for the long run, that's great for you. Give me your tips. But kids really, really think now that if they put in no work at all, they can get to the top and not have to finish school, or they don't have to work hard. First off, your education and working hard comes before any prank. You know, I'd rather be in debt paying off my student loans, waking up early in the morning, than to be seen as a liar on YouTube because I want to do pregnancy pranks all the time. It's just like, where's the cutoff? Where are you going to decide? When are you going to decide that too much is too much? When are you going to decide that you have enough money and it's time to stop being greedy? That just made me think of something else. I don't understand why people feel the need to record good deeds. Is it just me? Or I really don't understand that. And I feel like it started on Twitter and it really, really became like a competitive type of thing. Like, my boyfriend do this for me, my boyfriend do that for me, I do this, I do that. Like, we don't care. That's number one. I don't care. But it's like it really became like, ooh, I want that. Ooh, I want that. Or even going out to feed the homeless. Why do you need to record that? So somebody can say, so somebody can clap it up for you? Why do you need to record that? Oh, so somebody can see that you're doing good and give you praise for it. If you really wanted to do something out of the goodness of your heart, you're not going to pick up a camera and record it. None of them people who are watching behind a screen can make me want to give to the homeless. If I want to give to somebody I see on the side of the road, I'm not going to put my Canon in her face and say cheese to YouTube. Tell them why you out here on the street. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to give to her because that's the right thing to do. That doesn't make sense. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. If you're doing a good deed, it's supposed to come from your heart. You're not supposed, I just feel like that's not sincere. When you're doing a good deed for somebody with a camera in their face, you're trying to get praised. You're trying to get somebody to recognize you did something good and say, good job, keep doing it. You don't need anybody to tell you good job if you're going to do a good deed, because you know in your heart that you're doing it for the right reasons. I just never understood stuff like that. And it could be the simplest stuff of people paying it forward or doing da-da-da-da-da. You don't need to go out and brag about the good deeds that you do, because that's not going to help you get nowhere. you recording a good deed you did is not going to help you go to sleep at night. I mean, it might, but what do you get out of things like that? Seriously, you can't get that much out of it. So I just really want YouTube. I don't feel like it's going to go back to a place of sincerity, but I really just want a lot of this stuff to die down. And I feel like the only way it can die down is if the viewers really realize what they're watching, what they're feeding into, what your kids are feeding into as well, because a lot of kids are feeding into this, really monitoring what we're putting into our heads, because YouTube, social media in general, can really get to your head. And that is it. So I definitely want to hear opinions in the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed this rant. It was a little bit long. I kept going on tangents. I kept remembering stuff I wanted to say. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Bye, guys.